Alright, welcome back to another new world between the streams. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the main menu and settings. We are just 5 hours out from the launch of the beta that starts on the 9th. And I kind of wanted to take a look to see if anything has changed. So far, the starting menu here, well, not really much of a menu, is it? There's just a continue button. You can also opt in to take a survey, but as we haven't played anything yet, we'll just sort of leave that blank for now and hit continue. Very familiar sight. We got our waypoint here, which allows you to resurrect or teleport all around the map, which is really cool. We got some resources hanging out down here. And, as always, there's the forums. There's the New World's primary site. There's the details for the open beta, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're doing the follow-alongs on the Twitters and all that fun stuff. But clicking continue here, as you can see, we still have this very cool looking menu. Now, again, this is another place where you can actually go and visit within the game, which is really neat that they made that into a area. I like all the butterflies. It was a little weird. This butterfly over here just sort of flew into the ground, but that's neither here nor there. All the cherry blossoms flying around. Oh, you got some hemp hanging out in the pot over here, some flowers. Very, very interesting. As you can see, though, the servers are not available to us yet because, again, 5 hours out. But, oh, wait. First thing I'm noticing here, there used to be a little placard here that you could click on that had all of your Twitch integration stuff. I can't link my Twitch this time. I mean, it's a 4-day beta, so I'm not too surprised that they don't have anything. But going into our settings, it looks like everything's the same. You get your camera and all that. User interface, which is, there's a lot. And then life staff combat has its own. I wonder if that was a thing last time. There's your housing and your fishing, your pings, which honestly you don't have to have all these bound. Whenever you hold the middle mouse button, you can actually designate which one of these you want to say, because it will bring up a wheel. Dialogue options, which if you're using a mouse you can just click on it. All your different chats. Push to talk is set to V. I don't usually use V, I usually use caps lock. Doesn't look like it's bound anywhere else, so we'll get that adjusted at some point. Weapon 1 and 2, so obviously there's not a... They didn't bring back the ability to have a third weapon, so that's interesting to note. Are there any new languages? No, it seems to be about the same for now. I'm sure that as they add more regions and whatnot. Right now I believe it's just out here. I don't know if, like, they're going to have any Chinese servers or anything like that. As I don't live there, I don't follow that kind of stuff. There's your language filters, subtitles, all that fun stuff. I leave the subtitles on because sometimes the accents for some of the NPCs are really thick and they're harder to understand, and it's nice to have that little pop-up. Achievement notifications, that's pretty cool. Although, last time there was a bug with the achievements, and every time you logged in, it would just spam you with achievements that you've already accepted. Hopefully that's been fixed. That'll be something that we test. There's the survey, analytics, all that fun stuff. So, moving on to gameplay. There's your invert camera, your camera sensitivities. A lot of your HUD stuff is pretty cool. Always show weapons. That's kind of neat. Not really seeing any new options here. Auto pin recipes and stuff like that's kind of useful, but we're not doing that right now. Then you can see here, there was a separate section for Twitch, but that's not there currently. Here you can see all of my current settings. Brightness doesn't really matter. Contrast, the game is really good about, especially for me, the default seemed to be fine as far as the brightness and stuff is concerned. During the closed beta, like at night, you're still able to see really easily. It is slightly more difficult to spot enemies coming up on you, but for the most part, you can see pretty far without any issues. You can do your FPS stuff. I don't know if you can see this counter up here or not, but I have it capped at 60 right now. During the closed beta, we only had 60 or 30, and you couldn't uncap it, but it looks like they gave the ability back to you to uncap. Player nameplate amount. Higher frame rate, higher player. Well, we're gonna leave that at 10. I don't know that we need to do any of that. Now moving down to audio. Right now I have the game muted, and all you can hear is my licensed and purchased music that I use for my streams and for my YouTube channel. I'm sure you recognize it there. This is why you're not hearing any clicks as I'm scrolling through all these. But there's a lot of stuff that you can change, like the ambient stuff, UI volume. You can boost the soft sounds, which is really good so you can hear footsteps more clearly. There's the headset and all that fun stuff. Communications, here we go. I have my voice chat disabled while I'm streaming. And then you can see my current microphone and speakers. And then moving on down here, you got your language filters and all that different type of stuff. I usually keep the language filters on. Recommended. I've never seen this one. This is a new setting. That's kind of neat. I don't know. I'll leave it off for now, and then I'll figure out if I need to turn that on or not. Text size. If you have visual difficulties, or you're on a laptop, it'd have to be a high-powered laptop, I assume. But there's all that. My buddy is actually colorblind, so this is an awesome feature to have in the game. Text-to-speech, interesting. Text-to-speech rate. Now I have text-to-speech off. I don't need any of that. And then getting into the final bit, there's our anti-cheat, legal, privacy, and then you have your terms and code of conduct, which is all typical stuff. I guess this is the version of the game that we're running. Over here you can see the watermark with the beta symbol. Now this is the open beta, so it's all free to be streamed and all that fun stuff, which is awesome. This is going to be a slightly shorter video, but I did want to see if anything has changed. It looks like a few things have. Nothing too major, honestly. I'm really surprised and excited to get back into this. Now, the only thing I think we could go over is the fact that this is only going to be a 3-day beta. maybe slightly more than that, you know. But there are still... I have some giveaways going on. Unfortunately, they're not for this game. But if you want to get yourself some games, be sure to check out the description down there. And be sure to stay subbed or followed along depending on where you're viewing this, because I will have two more videos or two more giveaways coming up very soon. Our community has been growing pretty steadily, and I appreciate everybody's support if you have stuck around for this long. But as you can see, that's pretty much all we can do at this point. There are no servers. We have decided on a server to go with for my group, but we're not really going to be doing much. As for our group, we're probably just going to run around and do some exploration quests and whatnot. Expedition. Expedition. I can't speak. It is 5 a.m. and I've been up since 3. Just still so out of it. Need more coffee. But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna go look to see what the territories have in store for us, to see if any of the pricing on any of that has changed. We're gonna get our iron gathering routes down and our basic resources down so we can start making some money right off the bat. I would suggest if you're getting into the beta, this is something that you do as well. Then after that, try to test out all the weapons, because like I said in a previous video, looking at all the weapons or watching somebody else play them or just reading stats on a page don't necessarily mean that they'll be fun for you to play. I had initially wanted to do a lot of the dexterity stuff with like medium armor, and slowly ended up playing the healing role and enjoying the heck out of it. Now there are the two-handed weapons that you could be getting into as well. I mean, I would try all of them, but definitely use this time to figure out what you're gonna do for launch, because the faster you can get into the game, the faster you can help your team or your company in this case. Now if you just want to take it casually all the way through, all the more power to you. Like I said, you can always do things towards endgame once you finally get there. Even if all you want to do is the crafting, there are events that you can do to enjoy the game and help out others. Crafters are essential for growing the townships and your respected factions. So take your time and enjoy yourself if you just want to do casual. I think that's great that there's a nice mix of both in the game. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to go over for today. And thank you everybody for stopping out to this video. Hopefully we learned a little bit more about the game before it launches here. Be sure to stop out to Twitch at the second this game goes live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. You can find me over on Twitch under the same name. There's also a link down there in the description for my stream. But as always, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and stay healthy out there. Bye everybody.